Welcome to our November Michigan Financial Wellness Network Partner Coffee Chat. I'm Kelly Masters, your grateful host. This is the month to remember all the things we have to be grateful for, and I try to do that all year long, but this is always a good reminder this month. And one of the things I'm grateful for is the group of people that I've been privileged to work with and lead across the state of Michigan for the benefit of all Michigan residents of all ages, stages, and walks of life. So I have a few updates today that I will share in this recording for those who couldn't make it to the meeting and are watching on demand. Feel free to always email me if you have questions about anything at all. It's mifinancialwellness@gmail.com. That's mifinancialwellness@gmail.com. So we already did the go around offline, and I'm going to give you some updates about our initiatives. Also want to remind everyone of our next meeting. Hopefully folks can make it Thursday, December 12th. Going into the first of the year, I do think I will move these coffee chats back to Wednesdays. It seems like that day of the week tends to work better more often for more people. So I will set those dates and send them out on a little e-news blast in the next few days. Already did that. So for those who don't recall, we do have our FemPreneur Summit date set for this next year, and it is Wednesday, March 19th. It will be taking place at the same location on the campus of Ward Church, their conference center there. I have some Funding the Future updates and our Smart Money Kids Read. So thanks to everyone who has supported the FemPreneur Summit to this point. We've done this in many iterations over the past 10 years. And I think we have a sweet spot now where we focus on both the business and personal wellness needs of women entrepreneurs. And so we're just starting to think about themes and format for this year's event. And we'll be putting together speaker invitations and panels and such. So save the date on that, March 19th. Funding the Future, as you know, is our 75-minute financial literacy music program, and Carter Halsey will be coming back to Michigan this spring, March 31st through April 4th, and we do still have a few openings on the schedule. So if you work with middle or high schools and might be interested in bringing this live rock and roll concert and financial literacy presentation to a school in your area, just reach out to me and I can connect you with the scheduler. We're always looking for sponsors for this program as well, because the hosting schools are not charged. So we do need underwriters for each show that we do. And the price tag on that, I believe, is $3,500. And that covers everything, the travel, the performers, the materials, all of it. So please reach out to me if you have contacts in schools that might be interested in bringing this awesome program to their building. A lot of questions about our Smart Money Kids Read. As you know, we are doing it again, and thanks very much to our sponsors for another year, our Michigan Credit Union Foundation, with funding that they receive from their member credit unions. So thanks to all the credit unions that are part of the foundation. And this year's book, we chose Save It, which is Cinders McLeod's from her series, Money Bunny. And I love this book because it doesn't just touch on saving money, but it also introduces entrepreneurship and earning money. There are several really obvious and great teaching opportunities in that book that I've teased out of the storyline, and we'll be sharing that with our hosting libraries as they begin to plan for programming this next April, which is when we ask for our Smart Money Kids Read programs to happen during Financial Literacy Month. As of yesterday, we have already 109 libraries that have requested 6,000 of our 9,000 copies. So we still have bandwidth to accommodate the needs of more libraries. And this is the pool of books that are designated specifically for our our public libraries to use. There is another pool of the same book that we're purchasing that credit unions can apply for with a donation to just pay for the costs that they can use at community centers or other youth groups in the broader community and so forth. So yeah, so the part I'm talking about that I manage are the several hundred libraries that will host story times and events in April, utilizing our book and finger puppet plays and songs or rhymes or printables and coloring sheets to make an event around the Save It story. And then there's another pool of books that credit unions can reach out to the foundation, and they have their own request process for that. We are going to work on another activity supplement that will be emailed to registered libraries and the credit union partners that might be working with them. So that is not ready, but I will work on that over the holidays in hopes of having it ready probably in January, and it will be emailed out in advance of April 1st to those registered libraries who have requested books. We will receive the master book shipment in Novi at the Novi Library. Very many thanks to Julie Farkas and the Novi Library for being our partner on this program. And our goal is to sort and pack all of the requests and have those being sent out on the interlibrary loan delivery trucks on Monday, March 3rd. So that's the timeline. Books have been selected, have been ordered. We're in the process of accepting requests until I reach that 9,000 number. The request form will stay open. And if a library needs the book request link, again, you can just email me at mifinancialwellness@gmail.com, and I'm happy to provide the request link to those folks who haven't seen it on the MishLib, the Library of Michigan listserv. So yeah, I'm happy to answer questions about this after I finish the updates, but it's going along very well. And we're excited we did use this book once before, but it was 5 years ago. So any children that would have been in those storytime programs have obviously aged out. So it will be a new book for any children that would be attending this year. And just a bit about the story itself. The lead character's name is Honey, and she's a little bunny, and she has, I think, 5 siblings, 5 bouncy, loud little bunny siblings. And so she does babysitting for them, and she earns her 2 carrots a week. That's their currency for taking care of these loud, bouncy siblings. And she decides that she wants a house of her own. And when she was talking with her dad about this, that she would like a house of her own where she could have some peace and quiet, he starts talking to her about, well, how would you pay for a house of your own? And, it would cost a lot of carrots. And so they start putting together a savings plan, and she has to prioritize her needs and her wants, and then she has to prioritize within her wants. So it goes through some really good a budgeting activity without it being called budgeting, and prioritizing of your wants. And ultimately, she does purchase a playhouse that she can escape to, but along the way, she still is able to have kind of fun money, spending money along the way, but also then accomplish her big goal of having a little, quote, house of her own, which is a playhouse that's just for her. So that's the concept, and it like I said, it incorporates the financial concepts of earning, goal setting, saving, planning, and then prioritizing your wants. And we'll call that out in some of the materials that we share with our libraries and credit union partners. Our Smart Money Magic Show, we are looking for another kind of large scale sponsor of this. And the foundation, the Credit Union Foundation, has interest in helping to support a large scale initiative like we've done in the past, but they are looking for a credit union or two that would like to partner with them to cover the total investment required. So if you have interest, if your credit union is of size that might be willing to help fund such an initiative, this is a school-wide model. Each time we do this assembly, it usually is in front of 300 to 500 children. It's very interactive, as you can see in the picture. It's highly engaging. The teachers and staff love the program. The students love the program. We get fantastic feedback. It's about a 45-minute show and touches on the lessons of earning, saving, investing, wants versus needs, goods and services, supply and demand. So it also can provide volunteer opportunities if a credit union is in the vicinity to go in on the day of the show and help with greeting, maybe doing opening remarks, maybe even tying in a financial literacy lesson that day within the classrooms that they're working, maybe even using our this year's book of Save It, bringing copies into a classroom or something. There's all kinds of ways that we can leverage this. We just need to find a sponsor. And the shows would ideally take place sort of like an ellipse. If you think about an oval pattern with Bay City, that's where our performer resides. And so within an hour's drive, any direction, north, south, or north, east, or west, within an hour of Bay City, but then going south into the metro area, because I can usually schedule 2 or 3 shows on one day. And so we would scoop down and catch all the way down into Wayne County. But an hour from Bay City to the west, north, and east, and then scooping down into the Metro Detroit area. So please reach out to me if you have thoughts about who else might be interested in a co-sponsorship of that initiative. Derek wasn't able to be here today, but I just want to remind folks of the many resources that the Michigan Council on Economic Education provides. Both the Personal Finance Challenge and the Economics Challenge is happening. And the dates will be this spring. They're doing fee investment clubs in Detroit public schools. The Personal Finance Inquiries SmartPath, which Jill and I were talking about before we started the meeting, is a great resource that is underwritten in Michigan by the Michigan Credit Union Foundation. So there's no cost to anyone who wants to use that platform. And it's really for 1st through 8th grade. And it has modules. It's all set. You just have to have a fun-loving audience and someone to guide the students through it. And it can be both in classroom and out of classroom. So community groups, youth groups, boys and girls clubs, anyone really would be welcome to, even libraries, I suppose, if they wanted to do like a 3-part series with, 5th through 8th graders even, they could utilize it as well. So those are updates. And if you need to reach Derek, you can always do that through me or through him directly. And like I said, about future meeting, those were the updates that I needed to share, some updated information about our Money Smart Kids Read and the magic shows and the FemPreneur Summit and so forth. But also, I'm always interested to know, what do people want to learn? Do we want to do some kind of professional development of our own? Last month, I had someone reach out to me and say that they'd love to have me to organize and invite in some of our credit unit partners to talk about student-run credit unions and what's working and what's not working, and do some problem solving around that. So I'd love to do that. It helps me learn as well. So if anyone has ideas or something that would be of benefit to you as a person and or a professional, just please give me a shout, phone, email, smoke signal, doesn't matter. I'm always interested to hear what people are interested in learning about. So remember, December 12th will be our next get together, and I will be setting the dates for 1st quarter, likely moving back to Wednesdays, and I will get those dates out to everyone so you can put them on your calendar. And if I see, let's see who else just, if Debbie or Jill specifically, if you have questions about any of the updates that I provided and you want to ask them while I have the video recording, your questions might be useful and relevant to others who are watching on demand. So if you want to unmute and if you have any questions about any of the initiatives that I discussed, now would be a beautiful time to do that.
I don't have any questions because I now know what these things are. Last year I had questions about all of the things.
Right.
And I will ask you once we're done with the recording part of check in on my libraries to see if they got their forms filled out for the book request. So
yeah, so thank you. That's even a good thing to bring up. So if you are watching this and you are a credit union and you're wondering if the libraries in your footprint have requested copies of the book this year, you can email me the libraries of interest and I will check the list of requests and get back to you and let you know if those libraries have requested copies or not. Because if you have partner libraries in your area, you don't want them to miss out on this opportunity. So, and they're busy like everybody, and sometimes staffing changes happen and the right people aren't getting the list serve, and there's all kinds of reasons why people may not have requested their books, and it doesn't mean they're not interested. It usually means that the information hasn't gotten to them for one reason or another. So I am happy to check the request list and to let you know if your libraries have already submitted, if they're on the distribution spreadsheet. So thank you, Jill, even for that. Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, Kelly, what is the cost for the sponsorship is what I wondered.
For which program?
For the, you mentioned the credit unions could maybe sponsor for the one before this slide.
Oh, the magic show, the Smart Money Magic Show, we're looking for, what we had in the past was an overarching sponsor that allowed me to do programs in schools really wherever there was interest. And the sponsorship in the past has been in the neighborhood somewhere between 300 and 500. One school, we had 700 children. That's really fantastic reach. Yeah. So the foundation has said that they're interested in helping to fund this to get it going again. But they're looking for kind of almost like a cooperative, right? Another entity that would be able to help fund that initiative.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wondered. Okay.
Debbie, do you have anything to add or ask? It looks like you're traveling right now. Oh, I can't hear. She's muted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording and then we can, oh, go ahead, Deb.
Okay. Yeah, I am on my cell phone, so I'm opening the library as we speak. And so I have no questions, but thank you.
Oh, I love that you're on your phone actually opening the library. Thank you for doing that and joining us this morning. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording and then we can just have general chit chat. But I look forward to seeing everybody in December. I hope you all have a marvelous Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll see you back here in a month.